Greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is your Goddess Guru, Tyra Omilade, here to share a word of inspiration with you on your path to self realization and self mastery. Today is January the 4th. We are into this new year. How are you doing? Happy New Year. Happy birthday to all the Capricorns out there. I hope that y'all are having a fabulous time during your season. Um, so I just wanted to take time to come on today and share a little bit with you, if in case you need some wisdom for this new moon in Capricorn, and just share what I have for you. I think it's a big deal. It's the first major lunar event of this year, 2019. Oh my gosh. And it is, hey, how are you doing? And it is also uh, an eclipse. It's a lunar eclipse. Oh my gosh. So just like last year, we started the new year off with I think it was a new moon in Cancer. This year, we're starting off with a new moon in Capricorn. So that Cancer energy set the tone last year quite a bit. So just like Cancer did that, Capricorn is setting the tone this month or this year. And when I listened to one of my teachers, she said that it's really typically eclipse energy lasts for about 6 months. But this eclipse energy is setting the tone for the next year. And in doing the Patreon readings, I look to see what's going to happen next year. I mean, like, what's really supposed to go on? Because this year is a big deal. There are, let's see here, by the time the eclipse hits, like Mercury may already be in Capricorn, the sun is in Capricorn, the moon is in Capricorn starting tomorrow, I think. What else is in Capricorn? Saturn is in Capricorn, Pluto is in Capricorn. Oh my gosh, we have a lot of energy in Capricorn right now. Like, it's for real, for real. And then next year around this time, we're going to have Sun in Capricorn, Jupiter in Capricorn, Saturn in Capricorn, Pluto in Capricorn, and Saturn and Pluto will be making a connection. They will be conjuncting. And that's like a big deal because they are slow moving planets. You know, the moon, it just sort of skedaddles. When Mercury is direct, Mercury is in and out. The Mercury is in Capricorn today. I think by the 24th, Capricorn will be in Aquarius. Yeah, January 24th, Capricorn's gone, you know? But when you have planets that are slow moving and they conjunct one another, they're right there together, which is what is going to be happening with Saturn and Pluto next year. It's very powerful. And of course, Saturn is like get real energy. It's like face your fears and um, face your karma. It also speaks to structure. And Pluto is all about bringing stuff down. Pluto is like, we're getting ready to just like blow this whole thing up, you know? But this year, it's going to be with the moon, the sun, and Mercury there. And so it's just a lot of energy in Capricorn. So it's all things Capricorn. And I've highlighted some of those already. I see Capricorn is the energy of Oya, if we're talking about, you know, the Ifa tradition, the goddess tradition. Capricorn is Oya. Oya is like, now I done told you once, you need to make a change. If I have to come back up in here and tell you to make this change again, you will regret it. So, yeah, you know, this energy is like get real, get yourself together. You better take responsibility. It's really laying the foundation for us to have more of what we want. Because typically, when you talk to success gurus, they're all telling us, y'all, this thing requires work. Yeah, we do the visualization. The visualization gives us the inspiration to keep going. It even highlights the steps that we're going to take, creates a certain level of magic. Whereas, but at the end of the day, everybody who talks about, this thing that they've achieved, this this goal that they went for, this great empire that they have, this wonderful whatever it is that everyone is looking at like, ooh and ah, they will tell you, oh, I worked hard for this. I worked hard for this. Sometimes the silliest people out there, I look at comedians. Comedians work hard. They make work hecka hard. Okay. So yeah, I just really think that this is our time to recharge our inner Capricorn and to look at where do we need to be more serious? Where do we need to put more structures in our life? The other thing is, facing our fears. And what I've been telling people is that, our power lies within our fear. This energy of Saturn's Capricorn, I see as Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is about unlocking the spiritual power within us, unlocking our personal power. And so typically, in order for us to do that, we have to face our fears. And oftentimes when we face our fears, what we find out is it was just like some figment of our imagination. It was like this big monster that we thought was going to come after us. And the example I used earlier is it's like the Wiz. Everyone's all afraid of the Wiz. The Wiz is changing the colors left and right. If y'all watch the Wiz, I watch the Wiz. And then once they went there and really saw who the Wiz wasn't as big and bad as they thought. Dorothy even found her power, clicking your heels 3 times together. You always had the power. That's us right now with this Capricorn energy, this moon in Capricorn. We're being given an opportunity to tap the power within. And we do that in part by facing our fears, our power. When we came here, we had to hide our power somewhere. Where did you hide your power? You hid it in the place that creates, to a certain degree, the most trauma, the most grief, brings the most pain in your life, weighs you down the most. This is where you find your personal power. You go into that place. And this is what we can do during this time of Capricorn. And so when we have, well, let me say this too, and we chant. We need to chant for change. We need to do spiritual chants that will help to unlock the spiritual power within us. Everything that we need is within us. What is the key? The key is chanting. But when we're dealing with this eclipse energy, what we have to know is that to a large extent, it's something fated is slated to happen. Now I know this eclipse is not happening where a lot of us can see it. Maybe some of you are in a country where you'll see the eclipse, so you'll feel the energy the most. But if you're a Capricorn or a Cancerian, you're going to feel this energy because Capricorn and Cancer is like 180 degrees away from each other. So it's the same axis. And so it's bringing up for us the karma that we need to settle up, be it this lifetime or another lifetime. It's bringing up, the other thing that that's a really big deal is it is calling us to be responsible. See, Saturn is like carrying the weight of the world on it. Saturn, even Oya, when you meet people with a lot of Oya energy, they help everybody. But not all the time do people help them. They're carrying this weight on them. And so it's so important for us to realize that this is our time where we can commit to being more responsible, to commit to the hard work that lies before us regarding the goals that we have set for 2019. Um, realizing that things may be slow in coming, but if we are consistent, we will in fact get there. So that's something else to really think about with this Capricorn energy. I see Capricorn and Oya as transformational energy, because when you come up against something that's faded, when you meet your karma, you're gonna have to change. Something's gonna have to change. But this is our time to intentionally renew our commitment, intentionally say, whatever comes up, I'm gonna face it. Whatever transformation needs to happen, I'm willing to do the work to get it done. So this is very important when it comes to this new this new moon in Capricorn and this eclipse. The other thing that I'll say is that I did a Metuneta reading. Metuneta is my oracle from ancient Egypt, also known as Kemet, and I got the energy of Aset, Hatep. So that's the energy of the moon, number one. Number two is the energy of the mother, she who nurtures. Okay. And so, what I said, this is the same energy that was at the top of 2018. It's all about taking care of yourself, loving yourself, having self compassion, nurturing, n- nurturing yourself. This is very important for us at this new moon time. Think about ways that you can nurture yourself. Um, so, something that I think about, um, let's think about Capricorn things that you can do. Um, Capricorn actually is a fasting energy, which I know that does not sound like what mama would do. But mama's going to give you the remedy that you need. Okay. Mama's not going to be going to give you something that's not going to work, because mama wants you to get better. She who nurtures Yemonja, she wants you to get better. I said, she wants you to get better. Okay. So if a fast is called, then guess what? You need to fast. But Capricorn is about, it's about pinching off. It's about like, we're not giving all this away right now. We are going to measure this thing out. We only give enough out. I sort of like laughing at Capricorns, because Capricorns, they they will spend on nice stuff, but they gonna hold on to their money. Okay, Capricorn ain't trying to give away all this money, and that's just a reflection of how Capricorn pinches off. And so a lot of times Capricorns, they can be real strict with their eating. Structure is very important. And again, you want to create the structures now that are going to help you when Saturn meets Pluto next year. Jesus. Oh my God. I was talking to the patrons in Patreon. I was like, oh my gosh, I hate I even looked that up. Um, but at least we're aware. At least we know it's coming. So you're wanting to put structures in your life right now that are meaningful. Okay. And you want to do this in all areas. Where do you need more structure? Where do you need to come up with a plan and follow that plan day in and day out? That's another thing. Mama's going to put you on a schedule. This energy of Saturn and Capricorn, it's about schedules. It's about time. So another remedy that mama, she who nurtures, is giving is, look, y'all, we're going to be on a schedule. You know how mama will put a child on a schedule? It's like, oh my gosh, I must do things in a certain way to keep this child steady and stable, especially when they're, like between, for me, newborn up to, well, shoots, even my teen. I have one that's gone off to college, but the one that's still here with me, I even still sort of have him on a schedule, because structure, it keeps us like level. So you want to look at where do you need more structure in your life? Is it in your health? Another thing to think about is structure is boundaries. So when I was thinking relationship, do you need some boundaries in your relationships? And you need to make sure you honor your boundaries. But do you need to create structures to make you more successful in your career or within, if you're going to school? So these are things to think about. But Yemonja, your asset energy is all about loving yourself. Find people who will nurture you. Men will nurture you too. It's not just the mother. There's some very nurturing men out there, but you can find whoever you feel can nurture you. Do things that nurture you. Go and, for some people, going to work out, that's a way that they nurture themselves. Maybe cooking, excellent meals, very healthy meals. Um, do you need to nurture your finances in some way? That you can apply it to whichever area of life. If we are walking intentionally and aware, we know where we need to make changes, don't we? Don't we? So, yeah, you need to do things that are nurturing for yourself. But definitely when you're working with Capricorn, it's, think you will be doing things. Oh, something I think that would be good would be these salt rooms. I don't know if everyone has these everywhere, but it sounds like these salt rooms are becoming more and more popular. This is also the energy of Oya, so we're working with the breath. So, you can go to a salt cave, one of these rooms, whatever. I'm going to go for the first time pretty soon. You can do yoga, you can do breath work. I say yoga is good because Capricorn is sort of like this, it's tight, So we do want to stretch ourselves out a little bit, even though, it's Capricorn energy. Um, Something that I did leave off, oh my gosh, that I'll bring up here. I left it off of the Patreon reading that I just did, is Mars is in Aries. Jupiter is in Sagittarius. So we may feel like we have a little fire around us. But please remember, this is another thing that I'll say. We are in the womb of darkness. So Aset, speaking during this time, y'all, we need to be gestating ourselves. We need to be gestating our dreams. Although we may feel some energy about moving forward, we probably are feeling optimistic and positive and everything. But we definitely need to know that we are still in the womb of darkness. Though this is the calendar new year, when we're looking at cycles, which is another thing that Sekart is all about, it's about the spring equinox. And so you can get yourself going at the spring equinox. The energy is rising. The energy is still low right now. And so really honoring that we're in a season, we're in the womb of darkness, though you may have more energy to sort of like you may not feel lazy, which is a lot of times how we feel during this dark time. It's cold and we just want to be warm, and the energy is low. We don't have a lot of sun, unless you are in the southern hemisphere and you are experiencing summer right now. Then you feel the exact opposite of what I'm talking about. So yeah, this is a time where you may feel inspired and charged up a bit, but yes, y'all, I'm sorry. Yes. Yeah, I'm sorry. My son is calling. You need to text me, or have you already texted me? Hello? Yes, text me, or have you already texted me? Did you see that I said at the Smyrna Theater? Oh, no. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if Maya's still here, but tell her I'm here. Oh, okay. We'll do. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. I'm so sorry, y'all. It was my son, and so I had to answer that. But anywho, yeah, so I just wanted to come on today, and I'm doing some texting right here. So, huh. Anywho, I wanted to come on and share with you all. Thank y'all so much. Let me see, what do these say? My natal moon is in Capricorn. How will this moon eclipse? Well, you're having a lunar return. That's number one. And if y'all just let me do this real quick. Where are we here? Because I'm like so confused. Message. Oh. So yeah, it's gonna affect your moon. It affects your emotions. That's what that means. Um, so if there's some emotional something that you need a shift in, you will feel this eclipse. It could also, um it could, how do I say this? It could definitely impact something regarding mama issues, because the moon has to do with the mother. Hey, how are y'all doing? Last year, the eclipses were in Aquarius and Leo. This year, until mid 2020, it's Capricorn and Cancer eclipses. Yes, there is an eclipse, a full moon eclipse uh, in on the 21st in Leo. So there's one more, I think, in Leo. So yep. So Aquariuses and Leos probably have experienced quite a bit of transformation. And now, even last year, there were eclipses in Capricorn and Cancer. And so it's just going to be amped up this year. It's just more and more. And my heart goes out to people. Like, I was a part of the Pisces Virgo eclipse season, and I thought I was going to lose my mind. Hello, Ashe, Ashe. Oh, very good. Is that Solavi? Structure helps biorhythms, eating, sleeping around the same time each day. You want me to tell you, that is such a good point. That's something that I've noticed as I started doing intermittent fasting. I sort of got away from it for a minute, and I noticed immediately, even if I did the same amount of time, I was changing the time that I was starting the fast and ending it. It was like my body was like, oh, I don't know what to do with this. And I noticed an immediate weight gain. Once I went back to my original schedule, my body conformed immediately. It was like used to not eating after a certain time. And so when I would eat, it was sort of like, what are you doing? You know? So, oh, and another thing, I was just home visiting my dad, and he is dealing with, like the typical health challenges a lot of people deal with, diabetes, hypertension, stuff like that. And so the dietitian gave him some paperwork, and they put in there, eat 3 meals a day around the same time of day every day. I was like, do this. This is what you do. Eat at the same time every day. Like you said, it helps the biorhythms. The structure is good for us. I know people feel like they want to be all free. We're going to be going into Aquarius after this season, and everybody want to be free and everything. But I tell you what, Saturn rules Aquarius. It's the ancient ruler of Aquarius. All right. Uranus is the modern ruler. Saturn is the old school ruler. And though Aquarius is about progress and expansion and freedom, and don't be putting me in a box, it's still ruled by Saturn. And the way Aquariuses get to where they want to go is they have to do the hard work day in, day out, and then they can have some type of leap or ascension. But if they don't do that hard work, when it's time for them to have that great leap, they won't be ready for it. So even though we're getting ready to go into this, y'all don't hold me back, I want to be free, and just I'm going to be unique, you still need structure to make all that happen. So that's a really good point. That's a really good point. Oh, welcome. Blessings on you. We have Aniyawo of Yemonja here. So nice to see you, Alafia, Alafia. Um, so I hope everybody is starting off with a really, hold on, let me see something. With a really good year. Tell me how things are going. And I'm putting in here just my information about Patreon. I don't know if y'all have heard of Patreon, but that's where I'm offering, just some different levels of readings and extra spiritual coaching and different things like that. So you can go and check that out. Hello, hello. So yeah, y'all, this year, I'm telling y'all, we really do this year we need to accept that we've got to work hard. We need structure. Structure is good for us. And next year in 2020, at the top of the year, that's gonna be some stuff. If you think this year is rough with this start, and I don't know how your year is starting out. Mine is starting out busy and working hard. This is the 4th reading I've done today. But that's the beauty of Saturn and Capricorn. It gives you that ability to have that stamina and that endurance. This is the energy of the crone, the old man. And what I have learned is, like, the older I get, the more I have the endurance that some of the young people don't have. I have the patience, the wherewithal to stick and stay, because I know that's what wins. And so that's the energy that's governing this year. We're starting out this moon in Capricorn. So y'all accept it. Resistance is futile when it comes to this kind of thing. When you're dealing with an eclipse, we're definitely talking about energy that's faded. So what I've been telling everybody is, prune yourself lest you be pruned. Change or be changed. You know? You can take responsibility for the transformation that you're being called to make in your life. You don't have to let Oya's wind come through and wipe you away. All right? Right. Okay, so Ashley wrote, the emotions have started already for me. Some old feelings are coming up that I thought I had already resolved. That is so on point, Ashley. You're in alignment. So the old feelings come up. You thought you had resolved them. Well, they're coming up so you can set intentions about what you need to resolve them. Especially if it's not a quick, like, okay, I have some rituals I can do to, let this go. It's giving you an opportunity to see what else do you need to do to, bring about transformation regarding those feelings, bring some truth to that. That's so beautiful. I'm excited for you. You're being called to nurture yourself. So anytime we're dealing with the energy of the moon, we're called to nurture ourselves. So that's really, really good. In all ways, nurture yourself. I have done the yearly reading and put it in Patreon. You can get it for as little as $5. Patreon, is a monthly thing. You pay $5. And then you can see I have other levels. And monthly readings, weekly readings, all that kind of good stuff. If you just need a reading in general, I put goddessbodymindspirit.com is where you can go to find my spiritual readings page and get a reading. So yeah, this is a time of release. There's a song Ania sang during my initiation, and she sang, I release and I let go. I release and I let go. I let spirit guide my life, or something like that. And my heart is open wide. I am only here for God. No more trouble, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the spirit, and I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Why are we holding on to this crap? Saturn is like, nah, I'm not gonna let you go out like that, boo. Because Saturn is boss energy. All right. Saturn is like, we're gonna get this together. We're gonna succeed. We're gonna be great. All right. So whatever you need to release and let go, I will pry your fingers off that thing. Yes, 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 yes. I will pry your fingers off that thing because we will be successful. It's what the mothers have been telling me. Ain't none of them going down on me like that. You tell them nobody left behind. If we've got to drag them, we just gonna drag them. They gonna be ready for their destiny as it shows up year after year after year. Because, destiny isn't one stop, right? So the mothers, we got this energy of Capricorn in place, whooping our butts, bringing our stuff up, Don't resist it. All right. Go into it. Claim your power. All right. Step into your spiritual power. Love yourself. Have some compassion for yourself, y'all. Saturn is sort of like kick butt energy. So I guess Yemanjá is like, okay, let me come in here and you got to take care of yourself too. You got to love yourself. You got to do something that's a little soft too, so you can tolerate all this release and this stuff that's coming up, So yeah, I love y'all. I'm wishing y'all a happy 2019. I just know it's going to be great. I am speaking that into everybody's lives, into your family's lives. I'm speaking that into the areas where you feel like it's Capricorn. It's all dried up and cold and you want something in that spot, but it's just not there. I'm speaking the expansion and the fire and the inspiration and the abundance of Jupiter in Sagittarius in your life. I'm just speaking it, period. Okay. Whether we have astrology or not, abundance is ours. I'm speaking that into all those areas of your life where you struggle. I give thanks for you. My name is Tyra Omilade, your goddess guru. Thanking you all for chiming in this evening. I care about you. I'm so excited for you. And I just send you so much peace, love, and soul